El Paso County Commission Precinct 4 is currently held by Commissioner Carl Robinson. Incumbent Robinson survived the primaries but is now in a runoff with challenger Sergio Coronado after voters were pretty much split on who they want representing them. While the two live on opposite sides of the Precinct 4, Coronado in Canotillo and Robinson on the northeast, they're on opposite sides of many issues as well. Today, we get to hear from both Robinson and Coronado. Hello? And gentlemen, you will have 30 seconds to respond to each question. Let's start with the first question for both of you. One of the biggest items El Paso officials as well as non-governmental agencies or NGOs will face is the anticipated surge of migrants when Title 42 is lifted. How do you think we should support NGOs who will be dealing with this, and what role do you think the county should play when it happens? Mr. Robinson?
Well, I feel that it's vital that we be participants in the issue, but the funding of it is a big issue as far as I heard the congressperson indicate that the city and county will pay and get reimbursed. But we have a role to play. We played a role in the past, and we will play a role in this time around as far as probably maybe one of the issues that we concern is the virus as far as safety for the employee, whomever, whether it be volunteers or paid employees.
Okay. Mr. Coronado?
Well, this is obviously because of federal policy. And so we need to make sure that we, as county government and city government together, our region, make sure that we tap on the resources of the federal government as soon as possible. Granted, we're a country that has very, humanitarian ideals, and we need to make sure that those people that are coming and are let in legally into the United States, that we try and, the county is involved as much as possible. However, that funding we need to really tackle from the federal government. I know the state, because of their position on the officials in our state, I don't think that we're going to receive much help from there. Okay. So I think we need to really focus on getting the federal government, not just to reimburse us, but initially we need to go after that money, and maybe we can get some from the infrastructure money.
I have a follow-up question to that. It's been reported that the federal government has only been reimbursed a small portion of the more than $20 million accumulated by medical care to undocumented migrants in recent years. What are your thoughts on trying to get reimbursement, Commissioner?
It's a challenge. We are still seeking funding, reimbursement for funding for programs, from many parts of the federal government, to include the past president. He still owes the city of El Paso money. But one is indicated, we're talking about tapping the resources, whatever resources that are available to us. What I don't like is that just like some of the issues that programs we have with the state, where unfunded mandates, where we provide the funding, but we don't get paid for it or reimbursed for it. So that is an uphill battle in that regard.
Mr. Coronado?
Oh, we need to be more active in doing that, Saul. I mean, right now, especially after the pandemic, our taxpayers here are tapped out. Nobody wants tax raises on their taxes. I'm all for that. We don't want to raise the taxes. We want to make sure that the federal government steps up and we're active in getting that reimbursement. That's what my plan has been all along, that we seek these funds, not just for these kinds of issues, but other issues that are facing the county, including the flooding and increase in for our roads, bridges. We need to do that, and we need to be more active in doing that, actually.
Speaking of funding, as you well know, as we emerge from the pandemic, a lot of people are having to pay a lot for just about everything, from gasoline, food, and everything else. But given the economic hardships that El Pasoans are facing, your opinions on improvements to Escalante Park, Commissioner?
Say again.
Your opinion, given the economic hardships that a lot of El Pasoans are facing, what are your thoughts on improvements to Escalante Park, which is obviously under the county?
Well, as indicated, you say seek out funding and resources, tap into resources that are available to our state and federal government. We have done that. We have received funding for improvement to the state parks and wildlife funding that we've got for Escalante Park. We received several grants, and we have other grants that are pending, not only for the parks, but for infrastructure as well.
Mr. Coronado?
Look, my understanding is they're proposing about $100 million or so for these projects, and one of them is the Escalante Park, Gallegos Park, and also my understanding is the ballpark. Mm-hmm. And so I think before we task the voters with another increase. They should have a say in this. We need to make sure we get input from the public. I don't want to burden the homeowners with any increase of taxes. And what we need to do is, here's an area where really we need to get the state to provide us some funding as well as the federal government. One of the avenues that we might be able to use as far as resources is concerned is our sales tax revenue. That doesn't require, you know, any voter approval, but we do want the voters to have a say in this as much improvement as we're having, especially in these hard times.
Okay. My next question, do you support further increasing county judge and county commissioner salaries? Commissioner?
Do I support it?
Yes.
No. I did not support it the last time around, and I'm not supporting this time. In fact, I feel that we receive an adequate salary. My issue is in that we have individual employees and other people in our constituents that are receiving minimum wage. So we're going to give ourselves a pay raise. I support it from the standpoint that I said no increase. I did not accept an increase, and I said we'll not do the same thing this year.
You know, so I think my position on that, even if I wasn't running for county commissioner as a taxpayer, I want to make sure that we get good people in our county government, and the employees need to be treated fairly. We've done that at Canutillo High School, at Canutillo District. Employees need to be treated fairly. I'm sure everybody out there in the public wants to have a fair wage.
Yeah.
And so county employees shouldn't be left out. If county employees get a cost of living increase, so should Commissioners Court. If the county employees get a 1% increase in their salary, so should Commissioners Courts. Do I stand, like my opponent is saying, that I'm there to raise my salary? Absolutely not. I'm there to make sure that the county employees are treated fairly, that we have good people. That's my stand, and I stand by it.
Okay. Commissioner Carl Robinson, Sergio Coronado, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Saul. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
You heard Carl Robinson said he had only missed one meeting. His opponent, Sergio Coronado, emailed our newsroom after that debate saying Robinson missed 30 meetings and over 400 votes. Coronado attributes that data to the county commissioners' court meetings.